Hi, I'm Matt Asner, and welcome to On the Spectrum. We didn't do a March show, and I apologize profusely for not doing one. But I had some family issues. My wife had some health issues in her family, and we decided to not do it because that was the right thing to do. But we're back. We're back with a vengeance in April. April is Autism Awareness Month. A lot has been going on this month. We had the walk in LA, which I'm going to talk a little bit about and show a little bit of video about. We've had an incredible campaign with Activision, with Skylanders, that I was really proud of. Hopefully you saw those blue toys in the toy stores, lighting up blue for Autism Awareness Month. We have an incredible campaign at GameStop, an awareness campaign at GameStop. We have a Fresh Brothers campaign. So if you're in Southern California and you go to a Fresh Brothers, you can donate to Autism Speaks. So that's very cool. But let's talk about the LA Walk. So the LA Walk happened on April 2nd, which is Autism Awareness Day. And about 60,000 people came to the Rose Bowl. And they came to this incredible sea of hope that, that we have every year in Los Angeles at the Rose Bowl. And I've got to give my hats off to Jennifer Jones and Sasha Spalding and Suzette Martinez and Brandon Adachi and Rebecca Haken and Kaylee and everyone else at the LA office and the incredible committee for the Los Angeles Walk, led by Charles Hassel. Incredible job. The entertainment was great, and I think probably one of the best walks yet. And I can prove that because we're going to cut to a video right now that's going to show you how great it was. And when we come back, I'm going to intro my first guest. So this is the LA Walk.
It's Nava and Matt Paskowitz-Asner, and we're here at the Autism Speaks 2016 Walk.
We are, and there's probably about, I would say, 56, 57,000 people out there. It's a sea of hope that we come to every year. We both have been here together. How many years have we been here together?
5 years, I think.
5 years together, and it's just, it grows and grows and grows, and it gets better and better and better. And I'm just really proud and honored to be a part of it.
Hi, I'm Dina Kimmel, CEO and founder of We Rock the Spectrum Kids Gym for All Kids. I've been at this walk for 6 years. This year was the best. We're a community sponsor this year, and we had 12 owners, okay, which we have 54 across the states now, but 12 owners in the booth, non-stop, spreading the word about the walk. It was amazing this year. The volunteers were bringing us water and fuel so we could do what we do best, and that is spreading the word about autism awareness and having a place where all kids belong together. This was the best year, so we thank you, Autism Speaks.
Hi there, this is Georgiana Junco-Kelman. I proudly serve on the Autism Speaks Southern California Board of Directors. And this is my absolute favorite day because this is where you begin to build your community. Families that have been recently diagnosed come to this day and find their people. They find resources, they find service providers, they find an organization that supports them, and they don't feel alone. So once you've been diagnosed and once you dive into this very daunting world of autism, you know there's always a place to come back to where you can have questions answered and you can be around people that get you. Autism Speaks is here to make sure that these families never feel alone. So this is such a super special day, and I am always such a proud part. So proud to be a part of it every single year.
Well, that is a walk. Now, once again, kudos to Jennifer Jones, Sasha Spalding, the incredible Brandon Adachi and Suzette Martinez, Rebecca Haken, Kaylee, everyone in the LA office, and a big, huge congratulations to the LA Walk Committee, led by Charles Hassel. I have rarely been in a room with such incredible energy, and it's really an honor to be able to sit there and watch you guys work and help you as much as I can. Congratulations on a great walk, and you did an incredible job. The walk is pretty much why I work at Autism Speaks. I wandered into a walk about a year after my son Will was diagnosed. I was lost, had my head in the sand a little bit, and I decided to go to the walk. I went to the walk. It was life-changing. There were people there, 50,000 people, 40,000 people, that all had the same issues that I had, that had the same issues that my son had. And it was liberating to be around that energy, and provided me with an incredible boost of hope. And I haven't missed a walk since, and I don't think I will. And it's just as powerful today as it was the first time I wandered into a walk. I met my wife, Nava, at a walk. I mean, we had spoken, but the first time I saw Nava was at a walk. You know, so there's a very special place in my heart for the Los Angeles Walk, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And I hope if you haven't been to a walk that you put that on your list of to-do things. Okay, today on the show we are going to talk to Nava Paskowitz-Asner, and we're also going to talk to Danny Bowman, who is an incredible animator who is on the spectrum. But the most important thing about her is that she is an incredible animator. So we're going to talk to her, and we're going to find out what she's doing. She's actually got a new project that she's trying to raise funds on a website for. So we're going to talk about that and give you the link to that so you can donate to that if you want. But first, we're going to talk to a staple of the show by now, Mr. Hollywood, Alex Fischetti. Alex, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm sorry we missed each other in March. We couldn't kind of do an end zone dance. We couldn't do the Iggy Shuffle on our Oscar picks, but we did.
It's okay. We both did good. We had a few hits. We had a few misses, but we did pretty good this year.
What were the surprises?
Well, Sylvester Stallone not winning Best Supporting Actor obviously was a little bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
Best Picture was a surprise.
That's right. And what? Remind us what won again?
Spotlight.
And that was a huge surprise.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us picked Spotlight.
No. I think I went with The Relevant.
I think we both went with The Revenant. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think somebody, I don't know if it was Neva or the guest. I think the director of Jack of All Trades was. I think one of the girls picked Spotlight. I'm not so sure.
Wow. Oh, okay. Well,
I think so.
I certainly think that Spotlight deserved to win. It was a great film, a very compelling film.
Yeah.
And,
a lot of issues. Yeah.
And so now we're in a new season now, new Oscar season.
That's right.
Is there anything that's been released in January, February that you think might speak Oscar next year?
Oh goodness me! It's well, I mean, most of the movies coming out today are the big budget blockbuster because we're getting close to the summertime and the producers are looking to bring in a lot of big dough with their flicks. I mean, The Jungle Book is visually amazing, and then you have Zootopia, and those are the kind of movies people are seeing these days.
Have you seen Jungle Book?
Well, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I mean, having Bill Murray as Blue the Bear has got to be a very interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I think Jon Favreau is he's a great director. I mean, I think everything he's done from Swingers to to Elf. He's got an incredibly wonderful sense of humor and sense of nostalgia in his movies. And I think that he's just a really good director and really good guy too. Really good guy too.
He needs to put your dad in more of his flicks.
You're right. You're right. We were talking about that the other day. You know, my dad, I think he's being inducted. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but he's being inducted into the Santa Claus Museum and the Santa Claus Hall of Fame. And I think he's played Santa more than any other actor out there. I think like 9 or 10 times he's played Santa. And he's not done. I'm telling you, he's not done. Someone will hire him to play Santa next year. It will happen.
If I'm in California, I like run to like a very recognizable Santa in the mall. I'll know it's him.
If he's shouting obscenities, yes, you're right.
To say the least.
So, Alex, it's been a kind of a difficult couple of months, right?
It's certainly, yeah. I mean, a lot's been going on. I mean, it's been very sad also in the entertainment business, wouldn't you say?
Exactly, and the music industry has been hit hard, has it not?
Yeah. I can't believe we lost Prince. I mean, next to I think music industry hasn't been rocked by a death like this since Michael Jackson back in 2009.
Well, I think David Bowie certainly was a loss, and I think that affected people. Certainly affected my household, quite a bit. But I think Prince it was interesting when Prince when the announcement that Prince had died came out. I just think everyone was so shocked. I mean, I think people knew that David Bowie had been sick.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone really knew anything about Prince having health issues. So I think the learning that he was gone was really a devastating thing for a lot of people. I mean, if you just look through the Facebook posts of my friends alone, it was incredible to see.
We keep losing the good ones in the music industry. All the good ones keep on leaving. It's just heartbreaking to see. And the music of Prince's that I really love. Of course, Purple Rain, Let's Go Crazy, but. I love the music that he did for Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson.
I forgot about that. You're right. He did do that. He was incredible, though. If you look at the songs that he wrote for other people, it's pretty incredible. Of course, everyone knows he wrote "Nothing Compares to You," but to look at the other songs that he wrote, Stevie Nicks' "Stand Back." That song from hers in the 80s. I had no idea that Prince wrote that song, but he did. And the list kind of goes on and on and on. Of course, Sheila E. had a great working relationship with her. But he was a really prolific guy, master songwriter, just an amazing guitarist. And it's a real loss to the music industry and the entertainment industry to lose a guy like that.
Yeah, and just the world in general. He was a very, very good, sweet-natured soul. I mean, I remember I posted something on MTV. You know how much my faith means to me, and he wasn't afraid to say how much God meant to him, and he was just very, very private. I mean, not one to say too much, but he was generally very good with people, and all the way up to the end. There was outside his house in Minnesota a few days after he died, his staff and family members are handing out these big packages, which include like CDs and signed pictures and stuff like that. It's you don't see staff and family of somebody who just passed away do that after something like that.
No, I agree, and all these great stories are popping up about stuff that he did for other people. Just little kind of quirky things. Like there's a great story that Jimmy Kimmel told the other night about how he was on the show and Prince said to him, "Oh, I want to play ping pong with you." So Jimmy Kimmel's like, or Jimmy Fallon, excuse me, Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon's like, "Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, we can play ping pong. Sure, you want to do that on the show? Great." So he does the show, no mention of ping pong at all. And then Jimmy Fallon's at dinner like the next night, and he gets his phone call from Prince's people saying, Prince is at this address. He's ready to play ping pong with you. Go. And he's at dinner. He's like, I'm at dinner. Well, I'm going to go play ping pong with Prince. So he goes to play ping pong with Prince. And they have one game. And Prince destroys him with the ping pong. And then he leaves. And that's it. It's just a great story. So if you look up Jimmy Fallon Prince on YouTube, it's a hilarious story and it's worth a watch. And then there's a great letter that I saw that he wrote Suzanne Vega, who wrote the great song Luca in the 80s. And there's this beautiful letter written to her just telling her how much he loved the song and how it spoke to him. So definitely worth looking for that too. And it just kind of gives you an insight into who he was as a person, both the tender side and the kind of funny side. So
it's amazing. It's incredible. And Jimmy Fallon just posted a video clip of during last year's Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary party over at the Plaza Hotel.
Yes.
And Prince had his guitar and he was saying, "Let's go crazy" with all the celebrities on stage. That was amazing to watch.
it was great. It was great. It was great. Well,
Rest in peace.
rest in peace. Alex, thank you for joining us to talk about Prince. And
Absolutely.
I'm going to give you an assignment for next month.
Oh, okay, so what is it?
I want you to review Jungle Book.
All right. I'll take some glimpses out of it, and I'll give you my input when I call in again.
All right, buddy. We're going to see you. We'll see you in May, and I thank you. And as
Absolutely.
always, you are more connected to Hollywood than anyone I know. And you live in, where do you live?
Connecticut.
It's amazing. Well, it's always great talking to you, Alex. Thank you.
Great talking to you, buddy. Thanks for letting me come in.
Absolutely, anytime.
Beautiful.
I look forward to this every month.
All right, fantastic. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, so that was Alex Fischetti from the wonderful state of Connecticut talking about stuff, Hollywood stuff, entertainment stuff. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking to the lovely Danny Bowman and my incredible wife, Nava Paskowitz-Asner. So we'll be right back with On the Spectrum with Matt Asner. Hello and welcome back to On the Spectrum with Matt Asner. I'm Matt Asner. I bet you couldn't guess that. And today we have an incredible guest. Actually, one of the people I think I've been most impressed with in the autism world was a young woman by the name of Danny Bowman, is a young woman by the name of Danny Bowman. I met her probably right during my second walk, so probably 8 or 9 years ago, I think. And she was probably about 10 years old, I think, when I met her, and she was an author already, and I was so impressed with her. And she gave me a book for my son, Will, and she's all grown up now, and she's an incredible young woman. She's an incredible autism advocate, and a great voice in our community. And ladies and gentlemen, I present Danny Bowman.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
And also joining us is my beautiful wife, Nava Asner.
Ah.
Nava Paskowitz-Asner.
Thank you.
And
Great to be here.
welcome to the
As
show.
always. Thank you. I think
Um,
Danny was more like 16 though when you first met.
No, no,
I
no.
was more like 15 years old when
Yeah.
he
14,
met me.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
yes.
you-
She just turned 21.
When did you write the
So it
book
wasn't 10 years
that you
ago.
gave me?
It was when I was 14 years old. I wrote
Okay.
Danny and Goliath.
Okay.
I did not write it. I mean, illustrate it and publish it because it's written by John Benjamin Martin, Joey Travolta, and Richard Welch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may know Joey.
I do know Joey.
Yeah.
I do know Joey. Good friend. So you're an accomplished person. You're an author. You're an animator. You're a filmmaker. So tell us a little bit about what goes on.
What goes on with
Danny
my
Bowman.
own animation company?
Yeah, you have your own animation company.
Yeah, it's called.
So you're an entrepreneur.
That's right. I am.
Businesswoman.
That's right, the businesswoman. Of course, I couldn't really have to
business.
say something, right?
So tell me about your company.
So my company, Danimation Entertainment, is about animation, illustration, public speaking, autism advocacy, teaching animation to young adults on the autism spectrum, and fine and visual arts. It's a great company that I did, which means I have illustrated and published 5 books and premiered 6 award animating shorts at San Diego Comic-Con. Well, 5 of them actually, and for real. The 6th one is going to be premiered at Comic-Con.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So at Comic-Con this year?
Yeah,
And so you've had films premiere at Comic-Con before, right?
that's right.
So tell me what that experience was like, because I'm a bit of a geek. Okay,
Comic-Con
I've
is
been to
fun.
I've been to my share of comic book conventions, and I know what it's like, you know. And it's become this kind of crazy world of creativity and hype. So, how does a young woman who has her own animation company, who has autism, how does she go to San Diego Comic-Con and deal with all the craziness? It's crazy.
In order to deal with all that craziness, when I first went to Comic-Con while premiering Mr. Raindrop and the Namazu at San Diego Comic-Con, they premiered simultaneously. When I first went to Comic-Con, I was like very extravagant. I was like, whoa, that was really huge or something in the moment like this when I went to Comic-Con. It's much bigger than other conventions that I've been to, like WonderCon, where Mr. Raindrop was first premiered in Anaheim, and Anime Expo.
And that's
Those are
still
big too, yeah.
that's still a big convention. I mean, a lot of people go to WonderCon. It's well known. It's busy, but San Diego Comic-Con is the
Overwhelming.
Very
Yeah,
overwhelming,
that's it.
especially with the most expensive tickets that get sold out so quick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're an animation fan, obviously,
Yes.
and I would imagine most of that's anime. You like anime, right?
Anime is my biggest influences, but I also take influences from other Western animation. Typically, I like cartoons that are inspired by children's animation. That is something like Bobby's World and Magic School Bus, but I mainly focus on 7-year-olds and up for the animation. But it's just mainly children's animation.
Right, right. And so, what kind of anime were you into?
All kinds of anime that I'm into is mostly Pokemon and other
Oh, yeah, I love Pokemon.
video game adapted animes. Like there's Kirby Right Back at You, there's Sonic X, there's I was also into some of the other animes that are pretty much higher in the excuse me, it's hard for me to explain my thoughts correctly, right?
No worries, we're friends.
Did you ever see some of the Japanese, who made Totoro and Ponyo?
It's Hayao Miyazaki.
That's my favorite of all time.
Hayao
And he did-
Miyazaki of Studio Ghibli.
We are obsessed with that in our house. Eddie knows every word to Ponyo, and
Now Miyazaki, did he do Spirited Away? Did
Yeah.
he-
Yes, he did. It
And
was
Totoro.
It was one of the 2D animated films that won the Academy Award for
Right.
Best
Right.
Animated Feature.
Right. So he's your favorite?
One of my favorites, indeed.
yeah, he's wonderful.
It's interesting. The first anime I ever saw there was a couple of them, but one of them was Vampire Hunter D. Do you know that one?
Vampire Hunter D? Never really heard of it, but I've
Okay,
heard of
well, there you
Vampire
go.
Princess.
And
Yeah.
Akira.
Yeah, I've heard of Akira.
And then there was one I was one of the earliest ones that I remember was I was working on a film called Hiroshima.
Hiroshima?
Yeah, and there was an anime called Barefoot Gen, I believe.
I never really heard of Barefoot Gen,
Yeah.
but I never heard of this. And my first anime that I just saw was Little Nemo, Adventures in Slumberland, which is
Oh,
inspired
yeah,
by
that's
Winsor McKay's Little Nemo.
Amazing. I remember reading the graphic novels when I was into comic books. Incredible. Little
Yeah,
Nemo.
this
Little
is so
Nemo and
great.
Slumberland, right? So you're working on a new project with Spectrum Laboratories.
It is called Chloe, an Orphan Story. It's a story that focuses on the 3 orphan girls who is named Chloe, Spencer, and Abby.
Awesome.
And all through singing they got their own singing voice, and they're trying to learn their ability to go through the power of friendship while trying to overcome this big and scary world out there. It's in other words, it's a universal tale of how our friendships give us through the most difficult times. in life.
Wonderful.
And that's very true.
Yeah.
And so who are your collaborators on this?
My collaborators on this, I'm hiring 5 individuals with autism, including some of the people from autism-live, like Jake Fazio. There's also Jake Tashin, who is my friend of mine, who's going to be one of my students. Plus, we have the lead animator, whose name is Lauren, who is going to do the lead animation, and she does the character designs for Chloe and Orphan Store, which is really cool.
Well, no, I've seen I guess sample animation from this.
Yes, you have
On
seen the
Facebook.
trailer of Chloe
Right.
and Orphan Story since I sent you the link, right?
Right.
Exactly, and I got to tell you, it's really it's got this cool original feel to it, and it's really neat. So, can you talk a little bit about the look, because the look is interesting. It's not kind of what you would normally see in an animated piece. There's got a little bit of an edge to it, and so let's talk a little bit about what the inspiration is stylistically, and what you're trying to do with the piece.
The style is kind of like the 2D animated Tim Burton style, which means it's like all black and white. You have seen the movie Frankenweenie, right?
Right.
It's pretty much like very Tim Burton cartoon influence.
Coraline, like that kind of thing. Yeah. And so that's kind of it's 2D though,
Yes.
so it's not 3D.
It's
And-
not CG animated, in other words,
Is it-
just to avoid the confusion of the 3D.
And is it
Like Beetlejuice, it kind of reminded me the
Little bit.
color of.
little bit, yeah. And it's drawing. You're drawing it.
Yes, I will be doing the drawing, but also teaching animation, like I mentioned in the beginning, about 5 animators who will be doing it. The others of the A team is we have Jason, who is the director and the creator of Chloe and Orphan Story. We have Garth, who is the music director, and Bob DeMarco, who is the music supervisor. And
Bob's a great
the
guy.
Spec
Yeah,
Lab guy.
great.
Spec Lab.
Spec Lab.
Spectrum Laboratories is making
And
this.
Jason.
Yes.
Yeah. So and so that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, thanks.
And we're going to show your trailer right now. We're going to take a look at the trailer, and we're going to give them a link to the website,
Which
of
is-
where they can.
Yeah, which is the
Help you make
Indiegogo
this.
campaign.
So explain what you're doing with the Indiegogo stuff before we show the trailer.
Okay, in this Indiegogo campaign, we are raising money to help individuals with autism. We're working this animated film as the professional artists. We're trying to get them to film festivals and other stuff. We also have a budget that we're working on to get like millions of dollars. I don't know, thousands of dollars or something. But
Well, if you
I'll
get
show
it,
you.
Yeah.
with
I'll
these
probably-
Indiegogo things,
yeah.
you never know. I mean, if you get enough word out there, you can actually
Start
make
high.
$1 million.
Aspire for the
So,
big thing.
I mean, your goal, that's the great thing. Your goal could be at $30,000, and you can end up raising like 5
million,
times
yeah.
that or something like that, right?
Yes. Well, the
So-
biggest production budget right now is production budget according to the pie charts for the Indiegogo website is the animation and the music side.
Well, okay, so this is Chloe and Orphan Story. It's a trailer for the movie that Danny Bowman's working on with Spectrum Laboratories. Take a look at this and donate. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Chloe, and you're the trailer. La mer qu'on voit danser le long des golfes clairs a des reflets d'argent. La mer des reflets changeants sous la pluie. La mer au ciel d'été, qu'au fond ces blonds moutons, avec les anges si purs, la mer bergère d'azur infinie. sont en moi, mon cœur qui bat. Thanks for watching and supporting
Artists with autism.
Merci beaucoup.
Well, how cool is that? That's really cool. Danny, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
really
mean,
great.
That's amazing. So wait, you're the animation director for this project,
That is
right?
absolutely true, right? And I've also mentioned about the A team earlier from this interview.
That's so cool. So, well, let's make this happen for them, okay? So, if you go to speclabs.org, and you can get to the donation page from there, or I guess you could go to Indiegogo and search for Chloe and Orphan Story and find it there. But let's make this happen, and let's give them a good budget to work with, because I think that's incredible. I think this is really going to be an incredible project.
Incredible project indeed, and hopefully we'll get them to film festivals, especially at the biggest ones ever.
Right on.
High five!
Yeah.
So awesome.
High five! This.
I think that's awesome. So, okay. So now I want to talk about something else. So we're going to shift gears a little bit, okay? So like I said, when I saw you for the first time, you were 14 years old, and you had so much energy and very creative, and you've grown into this incredible young woman. And I've said that on Facebook before. You've grown into this incredible young woman who's a great autism advocate. Okay?
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, and I think the greatest thing about you is, and I'm not going to get into anything negative here, but the greatest thing about you is that you're so incredibly balanced. You have friends that feel differently about certain things, and I see you as a great unifier, as a person
Diplomat.
a diplomat.
A great diplomat who just balances between the parts of the positive and the negative side, I think.
Exactly, and you don't
Yeah.
you don't really want to focus on the negative. You want to
No.
focus on the positive.
That's what I was doing right now. Since there's too much negativity into the autism community.
I agree. I agree.
The best thing to talk about in the autism community: stay positive.
Yes,
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. So how do you stay positive though? I mean, what's your trick? How do you stay positive in situations that are
Hard,
maybe escalating and hard? I mean, and let's like Facebook. It gets difficult on Facebook sometimes, I'm sure, for you. So how do you stay positive? How do you steer away from the negative and stay positive?
In order to steer away from the negative, there's one very simple task. Either you say something nice or don't say anything at all. And
That's
sometimes
perfect.
Sometimes I avoid very negative conversations about the autism community, right?
Yes. Well, and I honestly believe that the future of the autism community lays in positivity and in acceptance and in inclusion. And I think you're doing an incredible job at really kind of motivating people to think about that. Because the great thing, I think one of the great things about you is that you are such a visual person. And I think people think visually. And I think you're giving them a huge treat because you do incredible work. And I think you have a voice and you also have vision. And I think that's a great thing. And I'm proud of you.
Oh, I thank you so much,
I think
Matt.
you've grown into an incredible person, and it's amazing to me because I have seen you grow up, and it's great. It's great. I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
We're probably all flattered about it.
And she's gorgeous.
And she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's turned into a gorgeous woman. From a gorgeous young girl to a gorgeous woman. So you brought me some incredible tickets.
That is great, and these tickets are bought from it's from the Festival of Human Abilities back in January.
Okay.
Like
And
the end of January.
And these are for the Aquarium of the Pacific, and we're going to give these tickets away. And so, what should we do here? Should we say anyone who goes on the spectrum? The first, how many? We're going to do pairs of tickets away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. First 5 people to say, "Give me the tickets" on the spectrum page, will get these tickets. Complimentary passes to Aquarium of the
I
Pacific.
love the aquarium.
And it's valid from 1/29/2016 to 7/31/2016. So if you're not going to go before July 31st, don't do it. And if you plan on going before July 31st, bring it on. Just say, "Give me the tickets," and they're yours. So thank you for these. That's
Oh,
great.
no problem.
Little giveaway for On the Spectrum.
It's considered to be the biggest bonus ever for this show.
I think so. I think so. So
That's great.
so you're really into movies and stuff like that, right?
That is
And
absolutely
television.
true.
You watch a lot of television?
Well, I don't really watch television or movies that much, but I do. Well, what I do is I am one of the members from the CFA Hollywood, and I typically like to watch feature animated films that I study. It's not just about enjoying the entertainment. You're just really about. It's all about studying the story plots and studying what's the biggest message, especially if you're trying to aim for the Academy Awards. I mean, let me just rephrase that for a second. When you're trying to predict which one is going to win for Best Animated Feature.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So do you know? Did you know all of the animated features and shorts that were in the animated program this year?
Animated program this year? Well, I wonder
Inside
what you
Out.
mean.
Inside Out.
For the Oscars.
Yeah. Inside Out won the Oscars for Best Animated Feature, which turns out to be really great. The main message is that it's what makes the winner for Academy Award is the character designs,
Right.
and best of all, it's the story plot that drives us. The biggest message is that going through puberty, when going through puberty, it's about teenagers, which is
Right.
the main subject. And the interesting thing about Inside Out, unlike any different types of Disney Pixar films, there is no actual antagonist character.
Well, she's kind of her own antagonist, isn't
Yeah.
she?
Yeah, for Riley.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting point. I never really thought of that. Now, are you a Disney fan? Are you like a fan of the old Disney films and like Snow White and
I
Sleeping Beauty?
was used to when I was a little kid, but I'm pretty much more diverse with other types of animations from animation studios. I'm mostly into the anime stuff, but I like other stuff and lots of animation stuff. In other words, generally an animation fan.
So who right now, other than yourself, who right now should we be looking at in the animation world and saying that's the person that's coming up? That person.
Oh,
is
I wonder if
the next
Danny
person.
knows Thurup, my friend Thurup Von Orman. He
No-
does Flapjack. He did Adventure Time.
Oh,
He does.
Adventure
He's
Time.
a very good friend of mine.
Well, Adventure Time is one of the greatest Cartoon Network shows going on. Especially, I know the creator of Adventure Time. I forgot his name, but he also did Lumpy Space Princess.
That's Thurup.
Yeah, him.
Thurup Von Orman. He's a surfer and he's a very cool. Maybe we could have him. I should connect him with Danny.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. Well, Danny, I thank you for being on the show. You can hang out if you want to hang out and do a little, and be involved in the conversation I'm going to now have with Nava.
I'm in trouble.
I could join the conversation.
Yeah, you want to stay?
I would like to stay, indeed.
All right, you can stay. Anyone who comes on the show can stay for the whole thing if they want to. So, okay. So we will be right back with On the Spectrum, and we're going to just do our kind of family talk after this and see what happens. So we'll be right back with On the Spectrum with Matt Asner.
This is Logan Shepard. At first glance, he looks like a typical American teenager. He plays in a band, loves hanging out with his friends, he doesn't like doing homework, and he's not really fond of broccoli. But Logan Shepard is not your typical 14-year-old. Logan was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2. He was nonverbal, made no eye contact, and his parents were told to abandon all hope. Instead, his parents began an intensive intervention treatment. At its center was a quality ABA program known as the CARD method. This is Logan Shepard now.
All I really want to say is, like, I'm kind of copying Martin Luther King. I kind of have a dream, like, that one day, like, I can just, like, inspire people and never give up. Because, like, that's what I want to do in life. Because if I can succeed, they can succeed. And I will succeed.
To follow Logan's musical journey, visit www.facebook.com/officialdrummerrock or @drummerrock on Instagram. For more information on the card method, visit www.centerforautism.com or call 800-345-CARD. Rock on, Logan.
Welcome back to On the Spectrum. And once again, joining me on this show is Danny Bowman and Nava Paskowitz-Asner. And boy, have we had a month, right? Have we had a month or what?
I would say so. That's putting it mildly.
So we had some health issues in our family that hopefully are steering into a positive course with your mother.
Yeah, my mom had a stroke, unfortunately, about a month ago.
Yeah,
exactly.
I heard of it. It's a very devastating disease.
Yeah, it is. And she physically, thank God, she wasn't really affected, but cognitively, it's affected her greatly. And every day she's improving, thank God.
Which means she's gaining back something.
Yeah,
Back neurons.
it's like every day she has more memory, more disability that she had.
And the one thing about your mom is a fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, your mom fights.
Well, she had 9 children. She lived in a camper with my dad, who was a maniac. So she had to be a fighter.
She's a fighter. And you know, I've gotten to see her, 3 or 4 times, and she's an amazing.
One of our biggest hardships was the fact that she happened to be visiting one of the brothers in Orange County. So she had the stroke in Orange County. We're in LA, and I've been commuting, and it's difficult.
So that's one thing.
Yeah.
If it were just that, it would be bad enough, right?
Yeah.
Then we discovered black mold in our house. We had to move. So there we go with that. And so we actually found a place and have moved in. And I've got to say, for the record, Nava Paskowitz-Asner is one of the greatest movers you've ever seen in your life.
If you're hiring, right?
And if you want to hire her to come in and arrange your move, she's like a perfect person to do that. And that might actually be more enjoyable than actually doing it.
No, I actually don't think I would like to do that. Thank you very much.
Why don't you?
No, I pass on that.
No, we have.
I never want to do that again.
We have 6 kids, and moving 6 kids and ourselves. And we kind of have a lot of nostalgia stuff that's in boxes everywhere. It's a very difficult thing to do, is to move our family, and then if that weren't enough, if that wasn't everything right there, that would have been just great. But 3 days before our move, Nava sprains her ankle.
Oh,
and
great.
I tore the tendons in my Achilles heel, and I was on crutches.
I was
actually
on. Gruesome.
I know, it was pretty gruesome.
And
I was on crutches on the actual moving day. So.
So I've got to say, though, I mean, this is true, and there's one more thing that happened. I've never been more impressed with another human being than you during that whole month or 2 of activity. Yeah. Incredible, unbelievable.
But I think we really tested the strength and the resiliency of our relationship, because we've been saying for like at least a year since my dad passed. We've been through more in the short time that we've been married that most people go through in 30 years of marriage.
And it just keeps happening, right? It just keeps happening. But we keep having these things.
But we're still smiling, and we're still getting to the other side, thank God.
Well, we can look at each other and know that we're safe, and that, we still make each other laugh, thank God, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right, Nava?
Right.
We can still make each other laugh.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. And
when I'm not making you cry.
Exactly,
yes.
Exactly. Cry from joy, right?
Right.
But now, if that wasn't enough, we had one more thing going on, and we had this film crew from New Zealand following us for the 4 days, and that was crazy.
That they really enjoyed all the chaos. The fact that there was all this going on in our lives to them was like the best fodder for
I
their
gotta be honest with you,
documentary.
I'm a little nervous to see what they come up with.
I am
though,
too, because we were mic'd the whole time, and there was a lot of balagan, the Yiddish word again, going on, and we were mic'd the entire time, and I'm sure there was quite a few 4-letter words being said.
or maybe some 3-letter words, or definitely some 6-letter words.
Yeah,
And-
definitely. But they really enjoyed it, and the culmination of their whole, the documentary is called The Brady Bunch of Autism, which has become our tagline because we have 6 kids and 3 of them are on the spectrum.
Danny doesn't know what the Brady Bunch is.
Well,
Well, I kind of
it's
heard of
about
it.
a couple who come together, they get married, and they both have kids from other marriages. And so when they get married, they blend their families, and they're like,
Actually, I just had that flash memory.
Yeah.
I kind of have heard
Yeah.
about the
There
bread.
you go.
And it's
Well, it
like,
was on,
here's
like,
a
Nickelodeon
story
for a
of
while.
a lovely
It was on Nick
lady.
at Night.
Anyway, so the end of their documentary ended with the walk, and then us finding out that we finally found a place. So it had a happy, upbeat ending to the.
Because we believe in happy endings. I mean, right? Don't we?
Yes,
Thank
we're
God.
ready for some.
Wait,
I'm,
but how many houses-
ready for
how
a
many houses-
vacation.
how many houses do we go through before that one stuck?
A lot.
Like
a lot.
4.
It's hard to
right?
find.
Four houses.
We have a lot to. I mean, there's a lot going on for our package to be.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to rent to a
To a
family
package
with
of
6
wild
kids.
Kids.
So, I think I deserve a vacation, don't you think, Danny? I deserve to go to Hawaii and surf.
Yeah.
And when my foot heals, but.
It's one of the expensive states to go to, especially.
I grew up
to go
in
from-
Hawaii.
Exactly,
Oh,
now. It
that's
is
great.
one of the most
It is
expensive states to go to.
Yes,
So
especially.
if I went by myself, it might be actually a savings.
Oh,
don't you
I
think?
see. Oh, you want to go by yourself?
I wouldn't mind it.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
You heard it
mind
here first.
No.
She wants to go by
You
herself.
could go and do like a boys' adventure, and I'll go and do a girls' thing in
Okay.
Hawaii.
We'll see.
No,
We'll see.
that's not.
Like I said, it is one of the most
That's not a
expensive.
No,
problem.
Oahu
states.
is much cheaper than the other islands.
Well,
Let's-
Hawaii is.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about like some really cool things that are happening in the next week
Incredible things.
and month.
Tomorrow is Joanne Laura's group is performing at Autism Rocks, which I'm very excited about. Spencer is going to be performing as well.
And,
what's the name of the?
And
I'm sorry.
James Durbin.
James Durbin.
Is headlining.
James
Now
Durbin.
this is interesting because it's run by a young man named Alex Lim and a guy named Ned Spector, who Ned did stuff with the Red Cross. So it's this benefit concert that's happening up at
Yeah.
Universal City,
Mm-hmm.
and free, I think. And-
It's free, and then you have to buy tickets if you want to see James
right,
Durbin.
Right, and James is a great guy. He's a
Mm-hmm.
very talented guy. It's all free. I just heard that it's all free.
Even James Durbin?
Even James Durbin.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, I mean, what they probably will do is ask you for a donation. I know that the donations are going towards Autism Society, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's happening on Friday night.
Tomorrow night,
And-
Friday night. And then Sunday, the
Saturday.
30th.
Isn't it Saturday?
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Saturday.
It's called Raise
Saturday.
Your Voice.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
So actually, Danny knows what this is.
Yes.
So let's have Danny plug this.
Yes. What's on Saturday?
What's on Saturday is Raise Your Voice, that features the people on the autism spectrum, like Rio Wild Soul Shocker.
Yes.
Spencer's also going to be here too,
Mhm,
right?
Spencer's singing, and it's an Atticus, wonderful Atticus Baldwin.
Wonderful
Atticus
Atticus
I
Baldwin.
love him.
He's an amazing kid.
And it's Jocelyn and
So it's Leaps and Bounds.
Leaps and Bounds. It's being held at the new Leaps and Bounds facility.
And that's on Saturday. And if people want tickets for that, they go to the Leaps and Bounds website.
Right.
And
Bounds is with a Z.
Bounds is with a Z. And they can buy their tickets at that website. That is not free.
Right.
So buy your tickets for the Leaps and Bounds event. It should be a very, very cool event. If you have not seen Rio Wiles, you want to.
Definitely.
And if you've not seen Spencer, you want to. Danny, you might be there, but you also might be studying for your final.
Yes, I have to be studying for the finals, especially with my math and English, because the academics, it's May. The week of May is the academic finals.
Wow.
This
You're
week
down
is
to
the
the wire.
studio finals.
Wow. And where
So-
do you go to school, Danny?
I go to Woodbury University, one of the best schools in Burbank.
That's awesome.
Small.
I know.
private.
I know a teacher from Woodbury.
Do you know who? Dory?
I know a teacher that works at Woodbury.
Who is it?
Matthew Manning, teaches at Woodbury.
Oh, you're
Wow, that's
kidding.
really
Animation at
great.
Woodbury. No,
You have to connect
Matt,
them.
yeah, we have to definitely get you guys
Wow.
together. Matt Manning has done all the My Name Is videos. So he did My Name Is David. You remember that?
Oh,
My name is David? I've heard of it.
Yeah, so he did My Name Is David. He did My Name Is Neil. And he did the new one, which is premiering at Light Up the Blues on May 21st at the Pantages Theater.
which we're
called
all very excited
My
about.
Name Is Spencer, and it's about Spencer Hart, and it's about her. It's about the trip through her life where music allowed her to speak.
And will it include clips of her in Chloe and Orphan's story?
It won't, but it will. But it will include clips of her from Light Up the Blues.
That sounds
last
great,
year.
yeah.
And she sang Ave Maria, and she did an incredible job. And
That was
she's
great.
She's
Who's performing this year?
okay. So Light Up the Blues. Light Up the Blues is on May 21st, and we have an unbelievable lineup. And this is the great thing about Light Up the Blues. Light Up the Blues kind of grows every year. And this year, I think we've got a lineup that kind of crosses age spectrum. So I think it's going to be really cool. So performing this year, we once again have Neil Young as our headliner, and Stephen Stills, and The Rides, which features Stephen Stills, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and Barry Goldberg are going to perform. One of my favorite young bands anywhere right now, The War on Drugs, is going to perform. Then we have Jacob Dylan performing, and Nika Costa, and the amazing Chris Stills. And
I'm so stoked you have Jack Black again. as the
Jack
host,
Black is
'cause
once
he
again for the
hysterical.
third time
He's wonderful.
emceeing the event. And one of the amazing things is we've got every year 3 performers on the autism spectrum perform at Light of the Blues, and every year they basically raise the bar because
Right.
and they rise to the occasion and become at one with these megastars that I just mentioned. So this year we have Rio Soul Shaka is going to perform. I believe he's performing a song called "It's Shocking."
Wow.
Then we have Nikki Nick. Do you know Nikki Nick?
Nicky Nick? Never heard of him.
Okay, her.
Her, yes, Nicky Nick.
So, and I
Oh.
was amazed when I met Nikki Nick. I was amazed because she looks a lot like Amy Mann.
Oh, wow.
So she's got Shaka blonde
Right.
hair. And,
Cool.
so she's going to perform at Light of the Blues, and then Kyle Cousins is
Oh,
performing.
right.
Well, Kyle Cousins.
Yeah.
I
You know
have met
Kyle?
him.
Great.
Yes, I have met him from the Genius of Autism event.
Oh, good.
While I was during my junior year of high school.
So he's
Great.
performing. He's performing at Light Up the Blues, and then we've got some amazing actors who are going to join us again this year. Once again, Christina Applegate's going to join us. We have Matt Walsh from Veep going to join us, and we have Judd Apatow is going to join us, and it's going to be great.
Awesome.
So that's all
And
happening.
I'm so excited it's in May because it seems like everything's crammed together for Autism Awareness Month.
We're letting everyone breathe a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's really wonderful that it's in May.
Letting everyone breathe a little bit, and then we're going to come out and hit the ball in May. And May 21st at the Pantages Theater of Hollywood. Get your tickets now. It might already be sold out. I think we're pretty close to being sold out. There might be a few tickets here and there. You might want to check like 2 weeks before the performance because they kind of release some tickets intermittently through those 2 weeks. So check it out. But it's going to be an amazing night. We're going to premiere the film My Name is Spencer. And it's going to be a great night.
So exciting.
Can't wait.
Have you ever been to Light Up the Blues?
I have
she
been to
did.
Light Out the Blues. Probably twice.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Which
I
ones
remember
did you go
Danny
to?
at the
Went there 2014 and
when John Mayer
2015.
played. You were there.
Me?
John
Yeah,
Mayer.
John Mayer.
Mhm.
Okay, and then the last one or the one before that? Did you go
last
to the
John
one.
Mayer
Nokia?
was the last two. That was the last two.
Did you go
Yes.
to last year or did you go to Club Nokia?
I went there last year, and
Oh,
but
okay.
not the Club Nokia one.
Okay, yeah, that was the first one. You can watch that on iTunes if you want, because it's available on iTunes.
Wow, it sounds
Just
pretty
download.
great. Yes.
Yeah. So, well, cool. Well, Danny, I want to thank you for being an incredible guest today. You are smart. You're beautiful. You're funny, and you just have a great.
Brilliant.
But thank you
Brilliant.
so
Yeah,
much.
you're brilliant. And I wish you luck with Chloe the Orphan story. Will you come back and let us know how it went?
Yeah, it will. I will come back, and after Chloe and Orphan Stories complete, I will tell about how amazing Chloe the Orphan Story is.
Well, and we can see it, right? We'll
Yeah.
be able to see it, or see.
I mean, we'll be, right?
Oh, one thing I did want to ask you. So, Chloe and Orphan Story, is it a short? Is it a?
It's an animated 5-minute short.
It's an animated 5-minute short. Okay, and
Great.
so you'll be showing it in festivals and entering it in
Including
Oscar
San
raves.
Diego Comic-Con.
Very
That's
good.
awesome.
Very, and is it set to premiere at San Diego Comic-Con?
That is absolutely true. It's possible, but it can be in larger film festivals.
Great. Excellent. Well, I wish you lots of luck. You deserve it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being such a positive force in the autism community. I look at you and I hope for the future. I have hope for the future. And I hope our children are just as positive and beautiful as you are as a young adult with autism. And,
Great.
and
Thank you.
I appreciate everything you do. Okay?
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you so
much
much,
for
Danny.
having me join me for this amazing interview. It's a pleasure.
It's my pleasure. The pleasure's all ours.
Definitely.
Nava, as always, I don't know what I'd do without you. You're the apple of my life.
Apple of your eye.
The apple of my life.
The apple of
and
someone's
thank
eye.
you for all the things you've done over the past 2 months. I know it's been hard.
And I could say the same for you. I've never seen you work so hard.
And
All juggling everything.
and hopefully we'll get a little break now for a couple months and won't have.
And
the-
maybe I'll take you with me to Hawaii.
Oh, I would love that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hawaii's
Thank you very much.
an incredible trip, right?
Yes, yeah. Oh, well, the last thing I'm going to say is, if anyone's around on June 11th,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be performing with a band that I performed with back in '83 and '84 for the first time in 33 years. And, 32
Can we
years.
put a picture up of you
I
from
will.
those days?
I will put a picture up,
Yeah.
and we're playing Molly Malone's first
Mm-hmm.
time in 32 years.
And
It's-
everyone's gonna dress 80s that night.
Everyone's going to dress 80s that night, and it's going to be great. It's
It's
going
gonna
to
be
great.
fun. And Danny can go because she's 21 years of
Yeah,
age.
That's
I could
right,
be
you
able to
can
go.
go.
Totally
Yes.
go.
Well, you should come. So basically, it's a band that I was in '83, '84. That.
But first,
that was
I gotta check
playing
my-
When you were
When I was
the
a
lead
youngster.
singer of
Grand Manor.
no, but you were kind of like Psychedelic Furs type.
Oh yeah, we were like Psychedelic Furs or Echo and the Bunnymen.
What was the other
Cure,
one? The great
Joy Division.
Yeah, Joy Division.
So I mean, those were our big influences. The Doors were a big influence. And so we're going to go back.
gonna be fun.
We're going to have fun. We're going to have
You're
amazing
gonna wear
time. And I want to thank
a mohawk.
I want to thank Roland for helping us with that.
Definitely.
And we're also a sponsor of Light Up the Blues. And so if you're in town on June 11th and you feel like coming to a club and hearing some nostalgic post-punk music, come on over
Have an
and,
Irish whiskey at Molly
and
Malone's.
have fun with us. So until then, until next month, our May show, I want to thank you for helping me make this show a success. And I want to thank Shannon Penrod and everyone on Autism Live for giving me the opportunity to flap my lips and spout off about things. I want to thank Autism Speaks for giving me the opportunity to do this as well. So until next month, I say thank you. Keep the